In this video, Les is going to talk about our ANT-36100 Video Decoder and how it can be used to upgrade old analog systems into modern networks.
So a video decoder is a network device, so it will take any IP camera on a network, decode it and convert it into a video signal via HDMI or composite video. So the best one I can think of is a tunnel project. So where you've got tunnels that were installed 20 odd years ago, they've got analog cameras and they need to replace these with ideally analog cameras, but unfortunately nobody makes analog cameras anymore. So tunnels, ships, there are a lot of Navy ships and commercial ships that were built again 20 plus years ago with analog cameras, and they need to update their cameras. Again, same problem, can't do it. So there are a lot of infrastructure projects that were developed a long time ago with a lot of cabling, a lot of coaxial cabling, a lot of analog cabling, where they can't afford to rip all that old analog cabling out, but they still have to find a way to replace some of these cameras. Yeah. So the decoder we sell, the 36100, can actually decode up to 4K, but a 1080p 60 stream can easily be decoded and output via the HDMI port. The composite is there to scale that down and bring it out as either a PAL or an NTSC signal. Yeah, really strange, but again, as I say, these old infrastructure projects, tunnels, ships, they would find it very, very expensive to replace all the cabling. And you can imagine when a ship is built, they cable the entire ship with coaxial cables. So to replace that with network cables would be horrendously expensive, especially in warships, because every hole they drill has to be sealed so that if there's an explosion that water won't get through it, and so on and so forth. So it costs thousands of dollars just to drill a hole in a Navy warship. So the cabling is something that's there for life, or for a long time. So as I said, analog cameras, and I've got one here, so this is an analog camera. They have a composite video signal coming out via a BNC connector. So these are what we would be replacing. This is a very small one. There are obviously huge PTZ versions. And what we have to do is replace that with a modern day network camera. And to do that, we have to take the network camera, take its network interface, and then convert that into analog. And that's where this decoder comes in. So we basically connect the camera into the network port of the decoder, and then out of the other side, we have two outputs. One is HDMI, as we said, and also this composite video output. And this composite video can then be connected to the existing cabling within the ship or the tunnel or wherever it's being fitted. So this plus that together will look like an analog camera as far as the rest of the system is concerned. Yeah, so again, there are two sets of cables in these scenarios. There's the composite video coaxial cable, which carries the video signal, but there's also another set of cables called RS485, and these are twisted pair electrical connections between the old DVR and the joystick. So something like this, it's an old analog joystick. And then those cables run to the analog cameras. Well, obviously, if you're using a network camera, you can't do that. So the other feature that our decoder has is it has the RS485 interface, which allows the operator to control effectively our decoder, but then our decoder converts that into ONVIF signals, which are then sent to the camera, and that controls the pan, tilt and zoom of the camera. So two things: analog video goes out, RS485 comes in, and it looks just like an analog camera. So you're right, they've got this new network camera and they've got this decoder which is effectively downscaling it back to the old analog world. In future, if they ever decide to replace the cables and put network cables in, it's quite a simple process. All they do is remove our decoder from the equation, connect the network cables straight into the camera, and they've now got a modern day IP network system without any, differences to that. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you're at all interested, please get in touch and don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thanks very much.